Morning to everyone. I've always been excited to attend this Friday webinar. Not I would rather add the word learning session, which we conduct on for 1 hour from 11 to 12. I welcome to everyone to this amazing learning session. My name is Preeti, one of the sales specialists at Protouch Professional Training. Before we start, let me give you a quick overview about our institution. Protouch is a certification institute which provides upskilling courses to the professionals like HR generalists, HR analytics advanced certification program, post trainer to deliver post trainings, business analytics for manager certification, corporate trainer and facilitator trainer certification, certified practitioner coach certification, emotional intelligence trainer and coach certification, as well as organizational development and change management certification. We also provide customized programs. Therefore, all the programs are accredited by the topmost bodies like ICF, SHRM, HRCI, CPD, and IBEC. I'm so glad to see many existing students, team members, and aspiring students of Protouch who have joined this learning session. I would like to take a moment to introduce everyone with our today's guest speakers. Sonal Khurana, who is an educator as well as expanding horizons to be a soft skill trainer who turned a new leaf despite of life being at the razor's edge, paving a roadmap from from her wealth of knowledge over 800 plus students globally has been her great fortune. She has fostered connections as well as holding an experience of being a volunteer, freelancer, employee, educator, and a businesswoman. Coming into Francis' profile, he is a BCom graduate who is holding 35 years of experience in sales and marketing. He took VRS to start his own venture, Total Energies, a French multinational company handling a team of 100 plus people and distributors network of more than 300, direct clients of more than 1,000, retailers base more than 1 lakh. His major contribution is building network, brand, and a team. Coming into Rachna's profile, she is holding an experience of working in travel industry, HR, and education. She has worked for multiple corporates and have been able to achieve high level of customer satisfaction and is passionate about helping people become the best version of themselves. That's why she has decided to be a trainer and is here to share her experience as a learner, educator, and a researcher. It's our honor to have Sonal, Francis, and Rachna with us today morning. Over to you, Rachna.
Thank you so much, Preeti. It was a wonderful introduction for all of us. Good morning, everyone. We are a warm welcome to all of you. Let's begin with playing a game. It's a game. Simon says that probably you might have played earlier also, or maybe you might have heard of it. So it goes like this. So the sentences that are preceded by Simon says you have to do it, and the things that are not preceded by Simon says you don't have to do it. So let's begin. So Simon says touch your nose. Simon says touch your head. Touch your shoulder. Oops, I didn't say Simon says. Simon says clap your hands. Simon says rub your palms. Touch your eyes. Oops, I didn't say Simon says. So thank you everyone for playing this game for me. So a very warm welcome to everyone. Dr. Aparna Sethi, my trainer, and Rahul Sethi, and all my fellow trainers. Thank you so much for joining. So today we are going to talk about procrastination, a self-defeating behavior. So when we start with a small video that we are going to play for you. So today we are going to talk about procrastination. So procrastination is an act of delaying and postponing something despite knowing that there could be negative consequences for doing so. So I will just want to ask you some questions. Do you all recall any of these? postponing of it, and you can share it in your chat boxes. So postponing your exam preparation as a student, any of you? Or postponing your assignments till the last day of submission.
Rachna, you can see Radhika has, waved her hand. So can you let her share her thoughts?
Yeah, sure, Radhika. Share your thoughts.
Yeah. Hi, Rachna. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Radhika.
Sorry, I'm not being able to switch on the video because I'm at my workplace and I can't do it.
Yeah.
And procrastination is something which starts, I guess, when you're a teenager and it is continuing till date.
Yes, true.
At
Very
some
true.
at some point or the other, we are continuously procrastinating something or the other. It is just that
Absolutely.
as maturity kicks in, we try to curb it a little bit. So yes,
Right.
last minute studying was always there. Last minute, as far as my kids are concerned, last minute charts, chart paper, pencils. Well,
Yes.
it's an ongoing issue actually.
Ongoing thing. Yes.
Yeah.
So we are to discuss about it and its impacts and how to overcome it. So today we are going to try to empower you so that next time you procrastinate, you will have something to handy to handle it. So definitely, all the other people remember some or do you recall postponing your assignment till the last day of your submission, or postponing your bills till the last day and standing in a queue? And definitely, this most of us, especially ladies, do getting your annual checkups. In fact, a lot of times we don't even think about it. So we keep forgetting or keep delaying it till it becomes a big problem. So getting annual checkups, it's a very important thing. And the latest one, which we all do every day, most of us do it, delaying our sleep for binge watching on Netflix or something or the other. So it is always, let's do our thing, important task later. So we keep delaying or postponing our meaningful task that we need to do and find ourselves performing something trivial. So let's come to the next part. It's a lot of people think that they associate it with laziness, but procrastination is not laziness. A lazy individual would postpone the things, or maybe he'll lie down here and there and he'll be wasting his time when he will
Just
not
a
feel
second,
bad
Rachna.
about it.
Rachna,
Yes.
can you do the screen share in a standard mode?
Okay. Okay. Is that okay, Kashish?
Uh, if you're not able to do, shall I do the screen share?
Yeah, sure.
Please stop sharing.
I'll just stop sharing. Thank you, Kashish. So can I begin? Kashish?
Yes, is the
Okay.
same slide?
Yes.
Okay.
So we often associate procrastination with laziness, but it is not laziness. A lazy individual would procrastinate or postpone the things, and he will not feel bad about it. But a procrastinator wants to do something, but he keeps on postponing that thing, and he will not be able to start it for some or the other reason, and he feels bad about it. So the problem here is the inner to initiate that task, to start taking the first step becomes the biggest challenge over here. Kashish, the next slide, please. So next come the question, why? Why do we procrastinate? So there are three reasons that we are going to talk about. There are multiple reasons for procrastination, but broadly we are going to talk about three reasons. One is the fear factor. A lot of people who are perfectionists, they get into this trap they feel anxious, and they feel the fear of failure. So the fear of failure, that what if I fail, or the fear of criticism, whether somebody will criticize about me. चार लोग क्या कहेंगे, अगर अच्छे से नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा? Will that be it will look so bad? So the fear of failure and fear of criticism and the fear of unknown, कि पता नहीं क्या होगा, ठीक से होगा या नहीं होगा. So all these things come to our mind, and then we start procrastinating. We become anxious, and we start procrastinating, and we get into a cycle of procrastination. So the cycle of procrastination is to feel guilty after you're not doing or postponing a thing, and then get into a situation where you are in a panic state when you don't have too much of time, and then you start making excuses, and then again you start procrastinating about it. So it's a vicious cycle, and for that to come out of it, you need to take some steps. So one baby step is also very important to begin with. And the other reason is lack. So there are lack of knowledge. If we are not having knowledge on a particular topic, so then we may procrastinate about it, or we keep postponing the things that I will study about it and then I will try to do it. Or for the lack of skills or lack of management. These could be the reasons for procrastination. And there's another lot of people who have this attitude problem. They feel overconfident, and they are active procrastinators. Some of us think that I have that power of doing it at the last moment. My performance is at the peak. If I study at the last day of the exam, my focus is at the peak, and I will be able to perform better. And in a very few hours, I'll be able to cover the entire subject. So that is what some of us do. So this overconfidence actually, on the contrary, it creates a lot of panic and stress, and your performance actually dips. So nobody has become a topper by just studying one day before the examination. So overconfidence is one of the reasons for procrastination. Another one is indiscipline. A lot of people don't follow our timelines and become indisciplined. So that is one of the reason. And also low energy or low motivation ends up in procrastination. So that's about the main reasons. Kashish, can you please move on to the next slide? Here, I would want to share some statistics on procrastination. So procrastination chronically affects 15 to 20% of adults, and that approximately 25% of adults consider procrastination to be a defining personality trait for them. This is the source of this is American Psychology Association. And procrastination may be situational for some people. However, about 20% of adults around the world, procrastination is habitual for them and thus chronic. And between 70 to 95% of university students procrastinate occasionally, and 20 to 40% do so chronically. So these are the statistics on procrastination. Now I will hand over to my dear friend Sonal Khurana. So Sonal, over to you. All the best.
Thank you, Rachna. Thank you so much. The perfection of your definition when it comes to procrastination was good. Taking it further from here, I would discuss the impact of procrastination in our daily lives. Whether, Kashish, can you move to the next slide? Thank you. So, the impact of procrastination is broadly divided into four parts, that is professional, personal, health, and financial. So, when it comes to professional, I mean, okay, for firstly, I would want to know we all, I think, we get a small treat every morning when we wake up that is linked with procrastination. What is that small treat that we get with procrastination? How many of you would like to share the treat that we get? Anyone? Yes, please, Radhika.
Treat meaning the first thing that we procrastinate on. Is that what you mean
Yes,
by that?
yes, yes.
A switch off the alarm.
Yeah, snooze or switch off
Yep.
the. Yeah, true that. Okay. So, coming up to the professional impact. Now, professional impact, we all face, we miss deadlines or we keep procrastinating our deadlines. So, there is one black hole that we have here is one more episode. That is what I can relate to. That one more episode, which turns into 3 hours. Why? Because we take a short break to watch one episode to for not writing that report that seems to be very monotonous, but we spend 3 hours because we feel that that fictional character is more important than our report, and we also feel that Netflix has a built-in feature to practice procrastination skills. Coming to personal. Now, personal, when it comes to, we all face in our homes, whether it's with children or with a partner, both the partners have some difficult conversations to discuss, but we keep procrastinating कि वो start करेगा, मैं क्यों start करूं. So इस बीच में what happens is it comes to a strained relationship. It goes on for weeks, months, years also. So that is how it impacts our personal life. Moving on to health. Now, when it comes to a mother who's working, how does she get that health impact? Because she doesn't care about herself. She doesn't care for her self-care, her well-being, even her hobbies, or even that basic rest. Why? Because she kind of puts everyone forth than herself. She has her near and dear ones. Probably it can be her colleagues as well, winding up their work or whatever. But how she manages her personal front is she doesn't care for herself because she's always on her toes. Coming to the last is the financial. Now, financial is like probably the management of the company is not ready to upskill their employees. So now that upskilling is procrastination. Now that procrastination leads to what? Poor results. Poor results, it impacts the company's image and they go slowly, gradually, it goes into depths. One very basic example I would like to give is even like when we receive our mobile phone bills on the phone, the screen. So we like procrastinate. Oh, I'll pay it. So when the last date flashes on the screen and it says you will be charged 100 rupees penalty after today, then I'll be kind of punch it there and then. So if this is all procrastination, we are all procrastinating, whether it's Mediclaim, it's LIC policies, we limit to a last date, but by then we have the accumulation of the bills as well as we need that particular funds to pay. So these are all, we have just kind of briefly discussed the 4 main impacts of procrastination. Next slide, please. To summarize, procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. But I'm sure we all want credit cards that can give us good returns. Next slide, please. I would briefly share a tale of procrastination by the most famous writer, a global writer. Okay, how many of you know about J.K. Rowling? And can name the books written by her? Yes, please. Either here or chat box. Okay. The Jungle Book. Yes. Harry Potter. So she made her name by writing Harry Potter. Next slide, please. But what did she face before she came to that kind of phase where she could make her career? Her path to success was with numerous challenges. It was financial strain, it was emotional turmoil, it was the family as well. Her mother, when she expired, it gave her the biggest effect. And when she got married, she was her marriage ended up in divorce. With a single parent, being a single parent, how she fought that phase to meet both ends with a young daughter in her laps. She went all these personal hardships, financial struggles, and emotional turmoil all single handedly. How did she develop those positive habits? Kashish, next slide, please. So here she started taking those baby steps, as Rachna also mentioned that baby steps are always important. They take us to our goal without procrastinating. Now she started writing in cafes with her daughter alongside, focusing on work, setting small achievable goals, then using visual aids. Rowling used visual aids like charts, notes to keep a track of her characters, plot points, and magical concepts. Even the organization helped her to maintain her consistency. She was definitely rejected by numerous companies for publishing books. But lastly, when Rowling's story, it came into the market, the book success was immediate. It's sold almost over, I think, 500 million copies worldwide. So it's not about just overcoming procrastination. It's about resilience, determination, transformative power of positive habits. So now, everything, I have one quote to share, that, everything, whether it is evil or good, both are residing in us. So it all depends on us. What do we have to take out? We take out the good, or we take out our procrastination habits. That's the evil. It's completely to us. Procrastination is nothing like, it's always like later becomes a lifestyle. It's art of doing nothing. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. I hope I was able to justify the impact of procrastination. Handing over to Francis.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Rachna. Thank you, Sonal, for explaining what is procrastination and how does it impact us. A very simple line, a dohar by Sant Kabir Das, which actually has been, every one of us know this, and throughout our life listening to it. Kal kare so aaj kare so abhi, pal bhar mein bahri karega kab. Uh, this is a very simple line and simple dora which has been taught to us, or we are aware of it throughout our life, but we do the reverse. We do aaj kare to kal kare to parso or parso kare, and that is how procrastination is all about. And that's how, for the next couple of slides, I will try to collate whatever our experiences are, however, whatever we have learned from past, and try to collate that which are the possible ways by we can avoid this. As we say that this is a self-defeating behavior, and a behavior can always be changed. And a behavior can always be changed. It is only we have to know it, where it originates, and how, what are the steps we can take to avoid it and to get out of it. Next, please. Broadly, the idea is to go from procrastination to promptness. As Rachna has already said, that the fear factor, the lack, and the attitude, these are the few things which actually makes us procrastinate thing. Similarly, based on that, if we see the story of J.K. Rowling, or whatever Sonal has said, is basically can be divided and collated into three further groups, which is goal setting, improve as much as possible, and also rejuvenate and relax, the R factor. So what is goal setting and what can be done for a goal setting? Like as in the story you have heard, simple, small goals to be done, which is simple, measurable, achievable. It is with a time bound, rewarding. We have to always keep some rewards for ourselves, maybe small things, maybe personal, maybe in an organization when we are working, but a reward is important for us to motivate us to move, that a reward and a recognition. Without that, we probably cannot progress. It's a self-achievement. And you can always put some reward and recognition to each and every task which you do. At home also, whatever you do, you can, if you're doing something in your business and you do well, you can go out for a holiday, you can go out for a dinner, you can buy something. Okay, fine, this is my target. Like, for example, a lot of people are into business or self business like us, who want to do. Yet if I can do one presentation, earn something, okay, next I will buy one TV set, or I'll buy a new mobile phone. This is my reward and recognition which I would like to do, or this is how. That keeps us motivating and doing things in time. Improve definitely skills, as also pointed out by Rachna. The one of the things which makes people procrastinate thing is that lack of skills. The skills over a period of time we don't develop, and therefore we say aaj nahi kal, today or tomorrow, and we will keep on procrastination. My most important part, which I have learned myself and which everyone probably would agree to, the only factor in life which changes anyone, an average performer from a better performer, and makes a better performer a worse performer, is Anusashan. Anusashan is one, Anusashan or discipline. Self-discipline is something which can take you from zero to hero and make you hero to zero in every aspect of life. And therefore, it is also very applicable to procrastination, because this has to be imbibed in oneself, the self-discipline. The Anusashan is most important. Usage of technology, as you have heard my friend speakers who have spoken about, technology can be good, can be bad, depending how you use it. In today's world, if you use technology, probably you can do multitasking. You probably can race against time. You can probably manage time, or you can start going ahead of time. But at the same time, if you use the same technology it in a wrong way, it might also be detrimental to you. So therefore, uses of technology, improving to know how to use technology to improve yourself and challenge time and move ahead of it, definitely use technology to do that. R factor: relax, rest, rejuvenate, very important in life. Whenever there are situations, you cannot do everything, you cannot take in everything. So there are times when you have to let it go. You have to say no to every. You cannot start taking everything in a professional life. We have seen that a lot of things will come. Somewhere you will have to say no. In personal life, somewhere you said, I cannot achieve everything. Let it go. Unless you do this, you will never be able to gather your moment and your time. And you'll not be able to do things which probably are more important for you and could take you in a different level. Take a break, definitely. Whenever it is there, please take a break. It makes you relax. It calms you down. It collates your thoughts and makes you a better planner, and you restart again. Do not avoid chaos by doing multitasking, by doing more than what you can, bite more than what you can chew. You will always create chaos. And when you create chaos, not only you do it for yourself, but you also disturb your environment. So therefore, these are the three factors which we collated to bring procrastination. How we can move from procrastination to practice. Will we go to the next slide, please? Further, if you have seen what Rachna and Sonal has spoken about, they have broadly gave you procrastination, one time-bound, one not time-bound. We are for, if it is a time bound, like for example, you have to do your job, you have to file your returns, you have to certain things which are time bound, which the time has been fixed by someone else. There is a department, so the time is bound. So there is always a panic monster for you. So you are happy. In the Amtim Tar, he will wake up, he will jump up, and you will do something and you will finish your job. Whether you will have to wake up and burn your candle in the night, or whether you will rush and take your blood pressure high, but you know the time is going to end, the panic monster is going to jump in you, and you will finish your job. So that's one procrastination which people have just my fellow speakers have spoken. The other procrastination is not time bound. One which you do not have any time for. For example, planning your finances in life for your retirement, which is not time bound. Taking a holiday, calling your mother, calling your friends, these are not time bounds. But one fine morning, time moves away from you so far that probably you say it is too late. And that is more challenging. So if you have to divide procrastination broadly, you can, these are the two aspects, which is where you can divide procrastination. Next, please. So some thoughts, something, a book from Brian Tracy, probably many of you all have read it. If not, I would advise and I would suggest, in fact, everyone to read this book. It's a beautiful book on procrastination. The name of the book is Eat the Frog. And I have just want to tell you is that if you in time-bound procrastination, which is morely professional or something in your personal life where you have to file your ITR, GST, whatever it is, returns, income tax, all these things, which is a time-bound, we can do by doing, there are two things about it. Like, for example, we normally focus on things which are probably less consuming, less concerning, and takes more time. And we avoid that frog which is sitting, and you know it is the most ugliest of it, and you have to do it, but you take it till the end and then try to. So the simple rule is eat that frog first, which is the most toughest, most difficult, or maybe most bothering to you, which you should do. So please go ahead and do that job first. Do your worst first. That is how you will be able to scale up. That is how you will be able to move fast ahead of time. This is important. So eat that frog, and which we avoid. And that is the most important part in a time-bound procrastination, which I have done in my career of last 35 years also, that I still keep on procrastinating. I still keep on over a period of, but then recollect, rejuvenate, come back and try to avoid it. And always I have seen that the tasks which I feel a little difficult or a little challenging, or maybe a little bit concerning, or something which I don't have skills for, or something which I don't have the knowledge of, I will delay it till the end. And that is the frog, and it keeps on growing and becoming uglier and uglier. And one fine morning you have a problem, you jump on it, and then probably the problem with time-bound procrastination is that quality comes down, job is not good, and sometimes you realize that you could have done better. It impacts, as Sonal has already pointed out, your professional career, because if the job is not good, it is not reviewed well. It impacts your personal health because you do everything in the last moment and bring that pressure up. So to avoid that, we can take there are multiple routes. One of the routes which helps and which has been my experience is this and can be done. So next slide, please. Before I move into the non-time bound, I would like to tell also, which is this slide of Pareto's rule, which is 80-20. We all know, many of us know, or if just it's a very simple rule. It's a simple rule of life for any professional world, that 20%, the results which you ultimately get, 80% of your results in life and profession is actually where you spend 20% of the effort. 20% of the effort and time which you spend on a subject is actually gives you 80%. The rest 80% of the time and effort which you spend actually is contributing 20% to your results. And this is the balance of life. Irrespective, any profession, any personal, this is the balance of life. And this is where we avoid. Whether it is time-bound, not time-bound, this rule is broadly seen everywhere, that our efforts, where we put 20% of our efforts, actually the results which come out from that is 80%, and 80% of our time and effort which we are putting idling into mails or doing some things which are actually do not produce 20%. Anyone who does this and anyone who can reduce this gap moves spaces in life, and I've seen it myself. Going to the next slide on non-time bound. A non-time bound procrastination is like you have to go for a family gathering, you will have to take a break, you will have to be specific about your health, you will have to take care of, maybe you have always decided that I will like to spend time on my health, eating habits, I would like to create money for my future, go out family holidays, learn something, I want to learn something, increase my knowledge. All these things are there in our mind. But the problem lies, since it is non-time bound, and since it does not have any time, we keep on delaying it. And one fine morning, when you are on the verge of retiring or we're planning to take a years, you think that, okay, fine, I did not plan my finances well. Probably if I had done that at that point of time, I would have been in a better shape. I always thought of going for a walk and doing this, but I did not do it. And today I have blood sugar and cholesterol levels, which are very high. And I have always thought of taking my family to a holiday, but today, because of that, there are issues with my family. My children are not happy. They feel that I have not given time to them. So I have not done many things, which probably was always there in my mind. But the simplest way, the best way, which I have found in my experience and in my learning of last so many years, is that write it down. Maybe 10 goals, maybe 5 goals. Please, I would suggest everyone to write it down, put it in a diary and say, these are the things I would like to achieve in life. I would like to go for a holiday to Europe. I would like to go for I would like to do this for my health. I would like to build a retirement fund of this. And I would like to write it down and review it at a time. Need not be on a daily basis, need not be on a weekly basis. The best thing which I have done in my life, every month end or the 31st of every month, when I am sitting down and paying my house rent, when I am paying my expenses for the house to run to my wife, transferring that money, I always open this diary and I always do it from the last page in my life. One my own experience I would like to share, because I always believe living from the end. One day you have to exit the world. So let us live from the end. So I always start my diary from the end and I write these goals down in the end and try to follow the next few changes. So living from the end is one concept which I live with. And I said, okay, one day you have to exit. Maybe 70 is the average age. So I have 15 more years or 16 more years to go. These are the things which I would like to do. Then you are ahead of time. Then probably you are ahead trying to achieve it, because this is what it is. Because if you go to time-bound procrastination, you will find, since there is a target, there is a panic button. Non-time bound, since there is no target and there is no closing date, so therefore, so make that closing date of your life and start living from the end. That becomes time bound. Now your panic starts, that you have 15 more years, 20 more years to go. I want to achieve these things. I want to go here and here. That panic will automatically start. And every month when you see your last page of the diary, that these are my goals, you panic. I have lost 1 month. I have lost 1 year. I still could not do it. Exit is decided. That is some way it helps. This is my personal experience. And probably that is the reason I have been able to achieve whatever I could in last 30, 35 years. And I still want to do something more. This is time bound. So going back to the last Anusashan, my favorite line, which I myself always struggle and still struggle to maintain it. Self-discipline, discipline. Everyone is aware of these two gentlemen, and I think there is nothing to be told about it. Both of them started their career together. And it is said, Vinod Kamble was more talented than Sachin Tendulkar. But today you see where they are. And the only difference is discipline. One is exceptional in discipline, and one was exceptional in indiscipline. And this is where life stakes. And today you can see where is Sachin and where is Vinod Kamble. So my friend, this is always hard way of learning, and this is always hard way of my experience, which I'm sharing with you. I still struggle. I am not that disciplined perfectly as Sachin Tendulkar or Cristiano Ronaldo or anyone, that great players or people, but I still try and keep on practicing how to keep on bettering my discipline and how can become more self-disciplined. And it is the only thing which I have seen takes an average person way ahead and takes an intelligent or person way low. So this is one of my advices which I have experienced throughout my life, which helps you in doing a job properly. Procrastination is your self-discipline, and that will take you spaces in life. So this is all, I think, and probably the last slide remains same. I think if you can move on to the last part, yes. make it your philosophy. Simple thing taught at a very early age in our life is something which we don't practice and suffer throughout our life. So that is what I would suggest, and this is all I had to say and share my experience about. I would request Rachna to take over from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis. It was really insightful. So we will all move on to a small activity from what we have learned today. So this activity is about thinking about one of the things that you all have been procrastinating about. Just think about one activity, one thing that you have been procrastinating about for a long time, and please write it down on a piece of paper. And if you can share it on the chat box, somebody. One thing that you have been procrastinating about, please write down. And think about one baby step that you would want to take for this goal to achieve. Great, that's great. Journaling, organizing my closet, buy Range Rover. Okay, that's wonderful. Really ambitious. So, what one baby step you could take for that? Rishu, a wonderful writing, decluttering laptop. Wonderful. Rishu has already taken. Malika Datta, reading. Wonderful. So, what do you want to do? What is the one baby step you would want to take for overcoming this procrastination? One step, reading one page or maybe one paragraph. Will that help, Malika? Malika, can you share your thoughts? So, if you can start reading from one page every day, that will help. Will that help? Isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Yes. Organizing my home, reading Richa. Very nice. Organizing my daily task. Yes, we all do that. We really need to organize a lot of things during the day. That's it. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts. It was a pleasure having you all. So, any questions you have for the day? So, please share your question in the chat box or you can raise your hands.
Rachna Shivaraman have raised the hand.
Hello. Yeah, Rachna.
Yeah, hi, Shivaraman. How are you?
Yeah, how are you? Sorry again here because I'm at my office. I'm not able to switch on my video.
Okay, no worries. You
It's
you
just
have
this.
your
It's not
question.
about
Please
this.
share.
It's not about any questions. It's actually about input as what you all had consolidated. You yourself, Sonal and Francis. Because as you know, in procrastination there are four quadrants which comes into it.
Right.
So generally, what is the quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three, quadrant four, which is that important, but not important that one. But generally, we need to move from quadrant two to we generally be on the quadrant one. We do at the last moment and we lose the quality of the whatever the presentation or whatever the activity, whatever we do, we lose the quality. So generally, we need to establish or we need to have a habit of moving a quadrant two, which is maybe not important, but in future, as you keep a short-term plan, a long-term plan. For a long-term plan, you need to do a short-term plan properly and then possibly come on to
Right.
a long-term plan. So
Absolutely.
just an input. Generally, we all need to be in quadrant two and then slowly move to quadrant one. So that should be the way of approach.
Right, right.
Just
Yeah,
want to
a
share my input.
single
No
step.
questions on top of it. No questions on it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's just to
Thank you
value
for
add your point.
sharing. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shivaraman, for adding that point. Anyone else, any questions or anything to share about this session or about the topic? Yes, Ashok, please share.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. It was, I joined
Good
very late due
morning.
to some technical issue, but it was a very fantastic and very fabulous session. Got a very good insight from three all of you.
Thank you,
Just,
Ashok.
just to add one point which Francis was mentioning, as he mentioned, like the moment we realize we still have a 15, 20 years in our hand, and how to handle it so that there could not be any regret anymore, so that we'll be able to fulfill our dreams, whatever goal we want to achieve. The one most important thing along with that realization is that important is we can think over, yes, we have 15, 20 years in our hand, but the state equation, if we take it forward mathematically, the one third time out of that 20 years also we are going to sleep. Our
Yes,
existence will not value anymore whether we are alive or not, because as on average 8 hours every person sleeps. So even considering that 20 years also one third will go away, means around
absolutely.
7 years are going to be in sleep. Again, after deep realization, you will have hardly 13 14 years in hand. And
Yes,
apart from the other day routine activities, again the small time will be taken. Your daily routine activities, morning, brushing up, taking bath, spending time in the front of the mirror and all, everything. So again, sometime again will go away out of that bucket also 13 14 years. So you need to be more disciplined, more uh, focused on that. Yes, still you don't have that 20 years. After
absolutely.
after calculating all such thing, you will be having a very lesser time to get on to that.
Yeah, and for the new generation, and in fact, for every one of us,
Yeah,
we spend a lot of time scrolling the reels and
yeah,
on the social media. We have been
exactly.
spending a lot of time. So, as per a survey, we spend approximately 20 years on that. I
Yeah,
don't know how true that is, but it is a quite a big chunk of time that we spend on social
yeah.
media or on the screen.
Again, thinking from
So,
that perspective, ki we have 20 years in our hand. Again, we may go some kind of a procrastination in habit on that.
absolutely
So once you realize
agreed.
ki not it is 20, it is only 12 or 13 years in our hand, then only the fast action will come, momentum will come in place. That's how we can just realize and go ahead. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you so much. It was a
Thank you,
very
Ashok,
good.
for sharing your views. Yes, Rishu, can you please share?
Yes, first, thank you so much, all of you. Wonderful session, very insightful
Rishu,
session.
we can't hear you.
Wait, yes. First of all, thank you so much for wonderful session, insightful session. Right.
Rishu,
So
you're
my
not
question is,
audible.
no, fine.
A little bit.
I think ab aa raha hoga, right?
Yes, yes, now we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much for wonderful and insightful session, all of you. Right. So
Thank
my
you.
question is that कि 3-4 महीने से ऐसा हो रहा है कि बेसिकली आई एम नॉट एबल टू स्लीप एट नाइट, मतलब 2-3 बज जाते हैं और आफ्टरनून में नींद आता है, राइट? और रात में ऐसा हो रहा है कि मतलब मॉर्निंग में और आफ्टरनून में इतना क्रेविंग नहीं होता है खाने का, बट रात में ज्यादा होता है. सो आई वांट टू आस्क कि ये भी प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन का पार्ट है और हमारे लाइफस्टाइल के कारण ये हो रहा है, और इसको कैसे हम लोग ओवरकम कर सकते हैं? वी कैन सी इन ऑफिस एंड आल्सो एट होम कि दोपहर में बहुत ज्यादा नींद आता है एंड लेजी फील करते हैं हम.
Rishu, I probably would like to say a few things on this. Always ask yourself
यस.
why. ये होता क्यों है? क्यों का एक जवाब सवाल जो है ना, ये इंसान हमेशा अपने आप को पूछना चाहिए. क्यों? ये क्यों हो रहा है? शायद आप जब क्यों पूछेंगे,
राइट.
तो उसमें से आपको आपके लिए बहुत सारे वजह हो सकता है आपके संग, बिकॉज मैं आपको पूरी तरह जानता नहीं हूँ तो बताना बड़ा मुश्किल है कि क्या वजह है. बट वो वजह आपको तो ढूंढना पड़ेगा. वजह क्या है? क्या वो घर का प्रेशर है, काम का प्रेशर है, या हैबिट हो गया है रात जागते जागते? There are so many ways by which reasons why it can, but to find out वो क्यों हो रहा है, तभी हम अब उसका हल निकाल. अगर वो काम रिलेटेड है, फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर वो समय, अगर वो जो आपके हैबिट डेवलप हो गया है वो अगर काम रिलेटेड है, तो फिर या आप रात को काम कर, या आपके काम ऐसा है कि आप यू हैव टू डू इन द नाइट और वट एवर इट इज, देन यू विल हैव टू फाइंड.
नहीं नहीं, काम ऐसा नहीं है.
Acha, then if it is related to your personal, it could be that, because insomnia has many reasons for it, and it is a subject probably related, it has to be very deep rootedly done, because probably you are having this issue, आपको ये issue है, एंड वो वजह होना चाहिए। तो आई थिंक फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट वो वजह क्या हो वो फाइंड करना बहुत जरूरी है, और उसके दायरे में उस चीज के वजह से आपको फिर एक नो आप उसके लिए एक समय और एक हैबिट तय कर सकते हैं। कभी कभार देर आर पीपल प्रोफेशनल्स मोर हु कैन हेल्प यू आउट इन दिस इफ इट इज अ वेरी वेरी थिंग, और इफ यू कैन डू इट योर सेल्फ बाई जस्ट फाइंडिंग आउट कि ये वजह है और उसमें थोड़ा चेंजेस लाना चालू कर देंगे तो शायद फर्क पड़ने लग जाएगा।
Yes, I am procrastinating. That's why I'm not able to
Problem.
find the
So
solution.
that's, then there are few things which we have told about the procrastination, and it is an enormous subject and a large. ये होम्योपैथी मेडिसिन है, ये एलोपैथी नहीं है। और
Yes,
होम्योपैथी और आयुर्वेदी में थोड़ा समय तो लगता है, और हर किसी इंडिविजुअल के लिए वो अलग होता है, वो किसी के लिए भी एक नहीं होता, एक ही। तो ये होम्योपैथी और आयुर्वेदी का काम है। और
correct.
एलोपैथी तो डोज है, प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन में एलोपैथी चलेगा नहीं, मतलब वो होता नहीं है, मतलब वो तो आपको
Yes.
होम्योपैथी और आयुर्वेदी ही लेना पड़ेगा।
Thank you so much. Chat box में भी एक क्वेश्चन है राज का, you
Yeah,
can take.
thank you very much.
Rishu, I would like to ask you one thing. That is, what is the harm in
Yes,
sleeping in the afternoon? If
yes, yes, Aparna. Uh,
वो लंच टाइम में हो, हाफ एन आवर हो, हमें लगता है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमें दोपहर में सोना नहीं चाहिए। किसी का माइक ऑन है क्या? Rishu, okay. So sometimes we feel that, okay, I should not sleep in the afternoon. But if it is that is your cycle, maybe a natural cycle right now, it is okay to take a nap. Okay? अलार्म लगाओ, अगर नींद नहीं भी आ रही है तो 10-15 से मिनट 20 मिनट आप आंखें बंद करके सो जाओ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। Okay? So
yes,
if your body needs it, body is asking for it, follow your body. That is very important. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको नींद आ ही नहीं रही है, आपको नींद आ रही है, which is something very good.
true.
बस दोपहर में आ रही है, जो दुनिया बोलती है कि it's a wrong time to sleep. Not necessary. Japanese people do take a nap at workplaces also, right? But of course, काम के समय कोई भी नहीं लेना चाहता. As far as I know you, you are into freelance, you are into your business, so you have that freedom to do. तो अगर लंच टाइम में अगर आप 1 से 1:30 बजे तक एक अच्छी पावर नैप लेते हो and it gives you more energy, go ahead with it. And that's perfectly all right. क्योंकि कुछ लोग हमारे में से हैं जो एक्टिव रात में रहते हैं, कुछ लोग जो है वो एक्टिव दिन में रहते हैं। आप अपना साइकिल देखो, आपको जो सूट लग रहा है, क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी बात है, अगर कुछ गलत कर रहे हो ना, तो आपकी बॉडी आपको बताएगी। मुझे किसी ने बताया था, जो मैं फिटनेस में काम करती थी, कि बॉडी गाड़ी की तरह होती है। अगर गाड़ी में गियर चेंज करो तो गाड़ी आवाज करती है, गाड़ी स्टार्ट करनी नहीं तो गाड़ी आवाज करती है, तो गाड़ी आवाज करेगी, तो वैसे ही बॉडी आवाज करेगी। और अगर वो आवाज कर रही है, दैट मीन्स योर बॉडी नीड्स दैट अटेंशन. You can take a nice nap in the afternoon. There is no problem at all. You will get 2 hours energy.
Yes, thank you so much, Aparna.
Welcome. Yes, I think we have come to the end of the session. Arman is saying something.
Yeah, I am coming. I come on this page after a very long time because it's with my work. However, I like the insight that the three of them gave. It's just a little tip for Rachna. I
Sharma,
found
can
that.
you be a little louder? We
Okay,
can't hear you.
okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Am I audible now?
A little bit.
Audible, but your voice is low.
Okay, now is it better? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you, but it is very low. Your volume is very low. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
All right. This is a little tip for you. What I noticed is that you're confident. The only thing is that we're talking, you have incomplete sentences. That's one, because I'm in the training of communication. So I